Everyone, look what I have here. You see this? Another instant noodle for my noodle review. So we have noodle review a la Tioz today in our vlog. As you see, this noodles look spicy, huh? It's an orange packaging, the orange soup here. My Coco gave me this noodle a few days ago. Like, she just texted me all of a sudden and said, "Hey, please pick up the noodles." So yeah, that's why I got this noodle. And looking at the logo, it's Nongshim. And some people might assume that at first glance, it's a Chinese noodle, since look at the Chinese characters we have here. Or if in Chinese we call this Hanse, in Korean it's Hanja, the Chinese characters. In Chinese, we read it as Anseongtangmyeon, while in Korean it's read as Anseongtangmyeon. You see the similarities in the sound? Well, let's discuss that another time in my next video. I promise you that I'm going to discuss all about languages, especially East Asian languages like Chinese, Japanese, and Korean, and their similarities. So stay tuned for next week regarding that, if you want to know. Looking at the picture, it seems spicy, and as you see, it's from a reputable brand, Nongshim. Nongshim is also the same brand that created the uberly famous Shin Ramyun, while this is the Anseongtangmyeon. According to critics or in Google, they're not critics, they're reviews. According to the reviews, this is much more milder in spice compared to the Shin Ramen. So I'm here to see if the claim holds true or we debunk it. So that's the purpose of this noodle review, to taste how spicy and hopefully delicious noodle this Anseongtangmyeon is. So yeah, we have it right here. Anseong soup noodles, or soup noodles from Anseong. Looking at the bowl here, looks like it's meant to add egg, and you see, it looks like a spicy broth, but not too reddish. So let's check the instructions then. Oh, goodness. It's written in Hangul. I can't understand. No, don't worry. There are some pictures to help us understand it. The instructions is to add 550 milliliters of water. Wait for it to boil, then add the noodles. Cook it for 4 minutes. And like, for the last 30 seconds, it instructs us to add an egg. So yeah, it's really meant to put in eggs here. And what's this? Probably spice level. I think the spice level is 6. So let's see if it's really 6, or it's actually 8, or actually 4. Nongshim's contact number. So it's really Nongshim. I think there's high possibility that it's really from Korea, since you see no English words, no other languages, but Korean. Well, let's follow the instructions and let's start cooking and eventually tasting this noodle. Finally. So let's go. Let's open the packaging and see the contents inside. And, oh, good. Oh, it has some easy open things. So this is the signature orange seasoning packet of Nongshim, as well as its noodles. Its noodles aren't thick as I expected. They're quite thin and square. It's not around this, just like Shin Ramen. See? It's the same curly thing that we're used to seeing. Check. One smell. Smells a bit spicy. Might give me the sneeze. Smells spicy, but not as spicy as the Shin Ramyun. So I think the rating here, the number 6 rating, is accurate. So here we are, already added the noodles and let it boil for 4 minutes or until the noodles are al dente. Doesn't smell spicy as I thought. I think the noodles are just right in texture, so let's just add the egg. As the instruction said, just poach it in the broth. So this is a noodle and the poached egg has sunken and we won't touch it in order to not break the precious egg. Because eggs make things special. So let's start tasting the delicious Anseongtangmyeon with our partner, our Proyo drink, strawberry flavored Proyo. Really yummy. This is just mildly spicy. Has more of a seafood flavor than spicy. Not as spicy as shrimp. Palatable. Four minutes is really the perfect time to cook these noodles. Let me taste it. Sure. 不很辣，这方面不很冷。It's quite mild in flavor as well as spice. No wonder the instructions asked us to add an egg, as the egg will probably boost the flavor. Let's crack an egg. Let's crack this egg here. The egg really makes much a difference here. so we're halfway to our noodle. Finish our noodle. We only have the broth. The broth has seaweed on it. Finish. Overall, I can say that the broth is more flavorful at the end and a bit much more spicier. Like, it's not chili spice or gochujang, but more of like you add black pepper on the soup and you know the spice you get from a black pepper. That's how I can describe the spice of this noodle. The Anseongtangmyeon. It's like a seafood soup, mild seafood soup with a bit of seaweeds and just a hint of spice. So guys, what I can say about Nongshim's Anseongtangmyeon is that on a scale of 10, I can only rate it as 8. I cannot give it a perfect 10 since it didn't really exceed my expectations or it didn't really meet the expectations, especially in the spice level. So I can only rate it as an 8 because it has mild flavor, good broth, and noodles. I recommend it for people who aren't really used to eating spicy Korean noodles. I recommend it to them to give it a try. At the same time, that's my only way to introduce you to Korean noodles, Korean spicy noodles I mean, before we go on to the extreme spicy noodles. Thank you for watching, guys! Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell for more updates. See you again!